My dear, they whispered your truth in shadows I dared not face until now. Secrets spilled from lips I trusted, unveiling the cracks behind your smile. What I heard from them burns colder than the silence between us. They saw the mask you wore, the wounds you buried beneath your charm. The truth my friend revealed, you're more broken than you let me know. They told me how you loved with a heart both fierce and fragile. My friend's words echoed, you're a beautiful chaos, lost and searching still. Behind your eyes, they say, lies a storm I never learned to calm. What I was told feels like a blade sharpened by silent regret. They warned me about your ghosts, but I fell for your light anyway. My friend revealed your cracks, and suddenly I saw us differently. They said you carry scars no one else notices, but I see everything. What they told me unsettled my soul, yet love makes me stay. The stories they shared painted a picture of a love both fierce and fragile. What I heard was a plea for healing in the language of heartbreak. They spoke of your silence, the space where you hide your truest pain. Their words pierced through the illusion, leaving truth raw and exposed. My friend saw your sorrow. I only saw your smile. What I learned shattered illusions I didn't know I clung to. They warned me you'd hurt me, but what they never told me was how much I'd love you. My friend's confession made me question the love I thought I knew. They told me your heart is a battlefield where love fights to survive. I never knew your silence spoke louder than your promises. They said you're afraid to love fully, and now I understand the distance. What I heard wasn't just about you. It echoed inside my own fears. Their words were a mirror reflecting truths I wasn't ready to face. They told me about your past, and suddenly your walls made sense. My friend's warning felt like a curse, but love felt like salvation. What they said broke my heart and rebuilt it in the same breath. They revealed your fragility, and I realized strength is born from brokenness. I learned the silent battles you fight while pretending to be whole. Their truths were shards of glass, cutting but illuminating. What my best friend told me was a love story drenched in pain. They said you're lost, but maybe I'm the one who's blind. I heard their words and felt the weight of unspoken apologies between us. Their truth was a haunting melody I couldn't stop listening to. What I learned made me hold you tighter, knowing your demons dance inside. They said you push love away. Maybe I'm the one who stays too close. My friend's whisper revealed the battles no one sees but me. What I was told sounded like heartbreak disguised as protection. They said you're a storm, unpredictable and wild, yet I'm drawn like a moth. Their words revealed cracks I didn't see. making me love you more. They warned me about your ghosts, but I want to haunt your dreams instead. What I heard was the silent scream of a soul begging to be understood. They told me you wear armor, but beneath it, you're bleeding quietly. Their truth was a fragile thread I cling to in the darkness. I never thought I'd love the broken parts they warned me about. They said your past shadows every step, but love can be a new light. What my wet friend told me was a revelation wrapped in pain. They whispered your secrets, like prayers only angels should hear. Their words shook my world, but my heart stayed rooted in hope. What I learned was a poem of heartbreak written in silence. They said, you're afraid to love, but I see courage beneath that fear. Their truth was a storm I chose to brave for your sake. What my friend revealed was a love story with hidden wounds. They told me your soul is a puzzle I'm desperate to solve. I heard their words and felt the ache of unspoken confessions between us. They said your love is a battlefield, and I'm ready to fight. Their truths are scars that tell stories no one else dares to read. What I learned felt like a sacred secret, meant only for my heart. They warned me you're fragile, but I see the fire that never dies. Their words were a bridge between your pain and my understanding. What I heard was the echo of a love that refuses to fade. They told me your silence speaks the language of lost dreams. Their truth was a whisper, but it screamed inside my soul. I learned that loving you means loving your shadows too. They said you're broken, but I see the beauty in every crack. What I was told felt like a blessing disguised as a curse. They whisper of your fears, but I choose to believe in your strength. Their words made me realize love isn't perfect. It's raw and wild. What my best friend said unlocked a deeper understanding of you. They revealed your wounds, and I vowed to be your healing. Their truth was a sacred song only broken hearts recognize. I heard your story through their eyes and found compassion where I feared judgment. They said you run from love, but maybe I'm the one who waits too long. Their words broke silence and built bridges between our souls. What I learned felt like a cosmic secret whispered just for me. They warned me you'd hurt me, but loving you was worth every scar. Their truth was a candle in the dark, guiding me to your soul. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. They said your love is a wildfire, dangerous, consuming, and impossible to forget. Their words painted a portrait of someone fierce enough to love and hurt deeply. What I heard was the silence behind your loudest cries for help. They told me you're a storm wrapped in velvet, unpredictable and tender. Their truth shattered illusions, leaving only raw, unfiltered love behind. What I learned was a secret language between broken hearts, and healing souls. They said you wear your pain like a second skin, invisible but present. Their words unraveled the mysteries I never dared to ask about. What my best friend told me was the invisible weight you carry every day. They whispered your fears, and I chose to stay despite the storm. Their truth was a delicate thread connecting my heart to yours. What I heard was a call to love deeper beyond the surface scars. They told me you're fragile, but your soul is unbreakable. Their words were the first light breaking through my darkest doubts. What I learned was a sacred truth hidden beneath your quiet exterior. They said you're afraid to trust, but I'm ready to catch your fall. Their truth was a gift, painful but necessary for real love to grow. What my best friend revealed made me see you, truly see you for the first time. They said you're a mystery wrapped in wounds. I'm here to unravel every layer. Their words haunt me, but love holds me stronger than fear ever could. They said your love is fragile glass. Handle it with both caution and wonder. What I learned is that even broken hearts can create the most beautiful art. They whispered truths you hide, but I want to hold all those hidden pieces. Their words revealed a soul battered yet brave, desperate for a safe harbor. What my friend told me felt like a prayer I never knew I needed. They said you run from love's light, but maybe I'm the one bringing dawn. Their truth unsettled my calm, but love demanded I dive into the storm. I heard your story between the lines they cautiously shared with me. They warned me of your walls, but I came to build bridges instead. What I learned was that love's depth often hides behind quiet fears. They said your heart is a labyrinth. I'm willing to get lost inside it. Their words echoed with the weight of unspoken apologies between your silences. They told me you carry pain like a secret tattoo, invisible yet permanent. What I heard shook my faith, but strengthened my will to love you more. They said you fear being loved and leaving, caught between hope and hurt. Their truth was a raw confession, trembling yet fiercely honest in its silence. What I learned made me realize love is the courage to face brokenness. They said you retreat into shadows. Maybe I'm the light you're afraid to follow. Their words painted a portrait of a heart that beats despite every wound. They told me your love is wildfire, untamed, dangerous, and fiercely alive. What I heard was the silent scream of a soul longing to be truly seen. They warned me of your storms, but I stayed to dance in the rain. Their truth was a shattered mirror, reflecting all the beauty and pain you hide. What I learned was the sacred art of loving someone's broken pieces whole. They said you wear your pain like armor, but I see the wounds beneath. Their words were a gentle storm stirring the quiet depths of my heart. They told me you're afraid to trust, yet I'm ready to catch your fall. What I heard was a love story written in scars and whispered promises. They said your silence speaks volumes, louder than any words you could say. Their truth revealed a heart fierce enough to love and fragile enough to break. They warned me you're haunted by shadows I can't chase away. What I learned is love isn't perfect. It's beautifully imperfect and deeply human. They said you're lost in your own maze, but I'm here with a thread of hope. Their words opened a door to the parts of you no one else sees. What I heard was a sacred secret between your soul and mine. They told me you're broken, but your cracks let the light flood through. Their truth was a whisper on the wind, calling me to love deeper still. They said your heart is guarded, but I'm here to unlock every gate. What I learned was that love is patience with a wild, untamed soul. They told me your wounds are maps, guiding me closer to your truth. Their words were a soft echo of the battles you fight alone.